la la.
Good morning. This is Mary with Mojo Designs, and today is Fabulous Friday. And we are going to be creating a card using this adorable image from the Greeting Farm. And here's a stamp set called My Guy Ian. And I have some papers from October afternoon, and this is the Campfire collection. And this one is called Sleeping Bag. So I'm going to use this for my color base. And I got some Copics out that we're going to color him with. I have B93, B95, and B97. I have my go-to colors for skin, which is E00, E11, sometimes E13, and then R20. I have some greens. This is some of my favorite green combo, YG23 and YG63. Then I have some warm grays for some shadows and accents, and then his hair is going to be E25, E27, and E29. Now I'm creating this card for my son because today, Friday, March 4th, is his birthday. He turns 14 years old today. So I'm creating this card for him. He loves plaid, and this reminds me of him, even the hair. And so why don't we go ahead and get started. I'm going to first color his hair, and you've seen me do this before, so I might speed through some of this. For this, I'm just going to lay the base color down of my B93 all over. Then use B95 for shadows. And the B97 for some of these stripes. So there's going to be shadow under his collar, kind of following down the front of his shirt. There's a fold here, so under his arm, from his hands being in his pocket. There's going to be some shadows over here by his arms, the side, his shoulders. Then we're just going to quickly blend that in. The numbers are so close together that you don't have to blend too hard. I got a little bit carried away, so I'm just cleaning out his arm there. Now we're going to go back in with a 97 and just follow these stripes. And I'm not going to do it perfectly. Just so you get the idea. Lines are there, all we have to do is follow them. Alright, that was easy. Maybe tempting to blend, but don't do it. I'm going to take this green, the YG23. We're going to color in. And that's almost a perfect match by itself to the green in here. Then we're going to take the darker green, the YG63, and I'm just going to brush up like that. So there's a little bit of highlight towards the middle. And there's that. Now we're going to quickly take our warm grays and color up his pants. And I'm going to start with W3, and I'm just going to kind of flick down. So I really want this to blend nicely. And I'm going to leave, now I'm going to flick up And I'm using the side of the brush tip and going up like that. Now I'm going to take and do a brush to brush technique, tip to tip, with the Y7, because I have Y3. I don't have W3 and W7. I don't have W5 yet, which you technically don't need, because you can do this technique that I'm doing here. And you can get that shadow. And blend that through. Now I am going to take that strip all the way down the side on both sides. Alright. Then I'm just going to take my W1 and that little area by the knee. I'm going to color that in. And I might come back in with a little bit of darker with the W7, but I'm not sure yet. And around and around and around. I'm going to kind of wrap it around this end a couple times and pull it. Wrap this one around a couple times, because what I want is I want this to be bound here. Have a fun little like rope type element. You just kind of wrap and wrap and wrap so you get that, looks like you're tying a rope. I don't know how else to explain it. Then I'm going to tie them together and have that towards the back so that you don't see this knot. And then I'm going to cut off that excess ends here. And I guess you could leave the ends, but since I want that rope tie feeling, I don't need those. Alright, and then I'm just going to kind of twist that around, kind of bunch them together, and you have this really cute accent here. I don't know if you can really see it. And then we have my guy Ian, and we're going to put him up on some dimensionals. And these I get from Paper Romance, and they're the Ranger dimensionals, and they're really super cool. They have an awesome adhesive back. Some of them that I've tried, they don't adhere very well to the back of the card. Their adhesive is kind of weak. This adhesive is not weak, but you do still get the opportunity a few seconds after you've laid it down to move it and change it. But after a few seconds, it's going to stay. You're not getting it up without ripping your paper. Alright, we're going to move this little rope element up, I believe. We're going to apply, I'll move this down a little bit. Now I want to fan out this rope accent here on both sides so that we can accentuate this knot that we created. Just like that. Alright, now his card is done. Super simple. We just threw down a few colors with our Copic markers. We used Vintage Photo Distress ink, just really did a harsh line all the way around the card base, the pattern paper, the image, and our sentiment. And then I used antique linen on the sentiment just so that there was a contrast between the white and the sentiment. And this is our finished card. So thank you for tuning in and have a fabulous weekend. Bye!